Your body already makes one of the most powerful longevity molecules. Most people block it without realizing it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a look at nitric oxide and how to breathe and how to hum to increase this nitric oxide that allows for longevity, that slows the aging process down. And this is something that no one's really taught us. But this does get taught in the ancient mystery schools or in the groups of yoga, where they understand how this process works. And science is now catching up because we can see the data actually confirms this, that meditation and nasal breathing and humming is more powerful than all the supplements, including some of the foods that we eat. Later in this video, I'm going to explain how to do this nasal breathing and how to hum and chant so that you feel that oscillation, that vibration through the sinus cavities. So what is nitric oxide? Nitric oxide is not a vitamin, nor is it a hormone. It's a tiny molecule that is produced in the body on demand. So this tiny molecule's job is to act as a signal, and it gets the blood vessels to relax. It improves the circulation and it supports immunity, and it regulates the nervous system's response to stress. We can see that nitric oxide is involved in a whole lot of processes within the body. In other words, it's really allowing the blood vessels to relax. It's reducing blood pressure. It acts as an anti-inflammatory, and it is slowing down the aging process as well as removing stress from the body and a whole host of other things, because once you have more oxygen in your bloodstream, you're going to sleep better, you're going to heal faster. When nitric oxide availability drops, the body becomes more rigid, the blood vessels stiffen, stress rises, and aging accelerates. Taking a look at nasal breathing. So firstly, nitric oxide is produced in the body, and in particular, high amounts of it in the sinuses. So when one breathes through the nostrils, you are pulling this nitric oxide gas directly into the lungs, and from there it's saturating to the bloodstream. So not only does it open the lungs, making it easier to breathe, it's going to open and dilate the blood vessels, pulling more oxygen in the body and allowing the body to heal and recuperate much quicker. As we see, it's really important that we breathe through our nostrils. So even if you're going for a walk, let's say you're climbing a mountain and you're out of breath, so there what you are doing is you're breathing through your mouth, gasping for more air. But if you take a short break and you start nasal breathing, so you start breathing through your nostrils and keeping your mouth closed, at first it feels like you're running out of breath, but within a short moment, that tiny molecule that is exceptionally volatile starts to saturate the bloodstream, and you immediately get your breath back. And it just feels as if this calmness comes over you. The more you start breathing through the nostrils, the more nitric oxide you're pulling directly into the bloodstream. So let us remember that when we are breathing in meditation, we are mostly breathing through the nostrils. And when you are breathing out, you are breathing out through the nostrils as well. Yes, there's some exercises that we breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out through the mouth. But again, even that exercise in itself, we are still in breathing through the nasal passages, bringing that nitric oxide through the entire system. Let's take a step further and look at humming and chanting and how this increases the nitric oxide gas by 15% more than just nasal breathing itself. So what really happens here is when you are humming, there's an oscillation going through the sinus cavities, and it's releasing more of this molecule. And when you breathe in, you're breathing in 15% more of this nitric oxide gas. Shortly, we'll take a look at how to actually do this humming so that it can benefit you not only in your meditations, but in your quest to preserve your health. And let us not also forget the importance of meditation here. And I have made a video on this, and in terms of longevity and how it changes the inner system. And here is the video, and it will also come up at the end of the video. Meditation shifts the body from flight and fight mode. So the parasympathetic system starts to take over, and this removes the cortisol, and it feeds the nervous system, which is exceptionally important, not only in aging, but removing that stress factor that really is the cause of aging. Chronic stress and something unexpected reduces the nitric oxide levels. So if we are using antiseptics like a mouthwash, any antiseptic that kills the good and bad bacteria in the mouth that's interfering with the nitric oxide process that starts also in the mouth and in the body. In other words, we consume food, especially leafy greens, arugula, and things like beetroot, which are really, really high in nitrates. And these nitrates, through that process from the mouth to the gut, are converted into nitrites. And they are the building blocks, those enzymes, for nitric oxide gas. It's important for us to realize that using a mouthwash, an antiseptic, is killing off the good bacteria and this entire pathway of producing extra nitric oxide gas. Taking foods that are rich in nitrates and supplements that help support this, such as L-citrulline, does help the entire process. L-arginine is not necessarily going to work as effectively as what people say. It's really L-citrulline, which is what comes from watermelon. Let's take a look at how to hum and breathe through the nostrils. Well, it's quite simple. We need to get into the habit to see that we are breathing more regularly through the nostrils. And this will allow us to keep calm and less stressed. So as you do this, when you are humming and chanting, that'll be with the out breath. As you breathe out through the nostrils is when you make that humming sound. And you'll actually feel the vibration through the sinuses itself. And just a note on this, this humming actually also stimulates the third eye, and it stimulates the brain centers. So we want to practice this for about 5 to 10 minutes every day. Yes, obviously you can do this for much longer, even up half an hour to 40 minutes. But you must remember, doing this exercise of humming as you breathe out and breathing in, you are going to not only activate the nitric oxide gas and more oxygen through the body, but you're going to stimulate the brain and the brain centers itself, which is going to allow you to start sleeping better. It's going to start healing the nervous system, and you're going to start remembering your dreams. And those that meditate, you're going to go further. It's going to allow you to see visions, going to allow you to become intuitive and to see clairvoyantly. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video.
La 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 la.